There we go. Not sure what was up with the microphone, but we got it now. All right, we're on this gem of a fight where we're going to try to abuse Azu being better than everything else in the world. Technically, we would be dead. Okay. To double crit. So we've looked at this a million ways, and we've come up with nothing better than double Draining Kiss with a Citrus Berry, which very, very, very consistently baits, and by consistently I mean guaranteed, Exeggutor for Explosion, Sleep Powder, or Grass Knot. All of those moves are pretty fine on the switch-in. Then what? What's the likeliest? The likeliest outcome is we take Grass Knot plus Psychic for 50%, and then we take Poison 2. And Poison's gonna be almost another 18%. Call it 20%. So we're taking 20, 35, 20 plus 35 is 55. So expected result, I think we go, I'm trying to realize whether Citrus pre-toxic or Bulky Berry pre-toxic. We are here, gamers. Hello. Hello. We have this fight I'm going to relook at because I hate my line, but we're probably stuck with it. And then we've got some pretty cool stuff. I don't think that my line on Shelly is original, or not Shelly, Courtney, but it's original to me, and I'm excited to show it off. I found the sauce last time I had Beedrill at this point, so we'll see. We'll see if we can get there first. I have decided on the Azu lead, and Azu will very consistently bait Exeggutor. And then there are very fictional worlds where double Draining Kiss into Aqua Jet don't KO, but almost always we're going to be super high HP on this Azu. How was your day, gamers? Now we're going to switch in here. We're going to optimize the Scissor item in a bit, but we take Even Boom on the switch most of the time. We KO with X Scissor. We risk a Quick Claw Boom. We kind of want him to Quick Claw Psychic. Oh, that's right. That's why we're going Bulky Berry. Lax. I don't know what berry to use there, but we're just going to we'll put Ayapapa in there for now. All right. And then we want to get Duraludon next, but we probably won't. So we're going to plan for the line where we don't. And the line where we don't, we can't get Brain. Hello. We can never get Aerodactyl. So it's always Darmanitan and Duraludon. There is a really, really fictional amount of HP that we could be at from like Grass Knot crit into no Quick Claw, where Darmanitan comes in but is clicking Rock Slide Earthquake. And so there's a fictional world where our Kingdra dies, and we will accept that. Kingdra is going to get the Choice Scarf, and our souped up Kingdra is just going to outspeed and one-shot the Darmanitan with Surf after Flare Blitz recoil or Life Orb tick, because Earthquake still does damage since it has no Sheer Force effect. Kingdra baits Duraludon, so we're cool there. We hope for slow kill Draco Meteor on the switch, but really we'll take anything. And then with a Citrus Berry, we think we can get 3 Rock Smashes up. This is the tricky part. This is the sketchy part. And with 3 Rock Smashes up, we can switch into Excadrill, Rapid Spin once, take a Draco Meteor, and then chain everybody. And this is why we have to do early eggs. So we chain Darmanitan, we chain Aerodactyl if Aerodactyl's still alive. I'm sorry, we chain Aerodactyl. We chain Darmanitan if it's still alive. And then Weavile will come in and has to click an attack. And we have Conkeldurr for that. And Conkeldurr just needs to be leveled up like 2 levels. We're going to level him all the way up. We're going to not ditch the underleveled nonsense for now. And just give him a zoom lens. So that's a 5-mon line. But the 5-mon line is entirely dependent on Azu getting 3 defense drops exactly, or on us KOing with Rapid Spin on the Duraludon, which is even more fictional. There's a... Is there a third option? Not really. And because there's not a third option, the extra Pokemon I'm going to bring... Well, the third option is that we don't... Hello, Brain. The third option is we never get the Rapid Spin, and so we need a backup plan to KO Aerodactyl. And the backup plan is going to be bringing Eldegoss. And if we're KOing Duraludon with Excadrill, and we're not fast enough, then we're going to get Earthquake. We tank the Earthquake plus Rocks damage, and always bait dual Wing Beat. That's the plan. And that seems really good. Yeah. Yep. And we are going to pre-damage just a little bit. We're going to ignore the rocks part of it because Stone Edge on the switch-in is also just fine. Yeah. All right, let's do it. I think we've got a pretty solid line. Actually, now that I have Eldegoss, I think it's really good. We just can't do... The line is pretty good because we have to risk Boom on eggs, but we're risking Quick Claw Boom crit specifically. And that's fairly fictional. I just feel bad that it's not Conkeldurr that we're risking. That's who we like to risk on explosion turns. Feels bad to risk my Scizor. Come here, buddy. You're coming. The world is no longer underleveled. Conkeldurr being useful, so proud. Glalie still needs to sit in its own box and think about what it did. Blaziken, you'll be back shortly. A rare Kingdra moment. Excadrill, and then Eldegoss's backup. Alright, let's go make sure we have all the right moves, and let's level everybody up. Torkoal? Why is Torkoal here? Caesar. We need Azu, not Torkoal. Ralph, get out of here. Alright, I think this is pretty consistent. And if we get boomed on, and if we get Quick Claw Boom crit, then Scizor, then we reset, we still retain the line with Kingdra. We need Zoom Lens on you. Zoom Lens. Just want Citrus here. A flyer. I gotta remember to just go back to Slateboard every time. It's a good late game habit. Just be at home base. Kingdra. Okay. Take advantage of our heist item and give ourselves the Choice Scarf, which I already have, so I flew here for nothing. We don't have our guy. Back to Moss Deep. Don't mind me. Do not fret. Let's go. Leaving all the Mickeys in the box, it feels like. Okay. Azu, Citrus Berry. Let's go through this one guy at a time. Azu, Citrus Berry. And then the secret Rock Smash Tech. Cool. Then Scizor is Citrus Berry and X Scissor is what it needs. And then we also need to pre-toxic. Ooh, which reminds me. Hold on. We need to send the homie something on Discord. Gamers, we sent you the script so that you don't have to pre-damage with pre-burn anymore. Pre-toxic scissor, good. We choice scarf you. We said we want bulky berry, so we need to check Aguav berry. I swear I use more bulky berry than anyone else. What a weird thing to be known for. All right, Lax is bad for Aguav. Good to know, because that's what we are. Kingdra, Choice Scarf, we need to give up Surf, or Octazooka, and take Surf, finally. Oh, we're not holding it, we're teaching. Maybe it's not Surf, right, because Surf's replaceable. This is get rid of Smart Strike. Just in case we need Kingdra for a doubles battle. What does Excadrill need? Technically, Excadrill doesn't really need an item at all. So I guess we go Citrus. There's no real... Would we ever need a pivot on eggs? No. Alright. Conk needs a zoom lens, which he may already have. He does. And then Eldegoss needs a Citrus Berry and needs to be pre-damaged. What does Goss need to be pre-damaged to? 35 plus 84 times 2. $203. Goss. Okay, Azu, Scissor, Kingdra, Excadrill, Conk, Goss. Only moves we needed were here and here. Good. And just make sure we heal up our Scissor when we get up there. Okay, beat you. You're next. Alright, a little bit of risk. Shirley, if anyone got us, Scissor got us. Had us on Preston and Mora. Time to have her back again. Okay. Okay. Scrafty v Azu. We get intimidated. Luckily for us, Draining Kiss makes contact, but it is a special move. If we see Azu move first, it's counter, which is great. There it is. That's counter. Right, this lets us have more HP. We also hit a mid-roll, which is the best case. Now this can be counter. This can't be counter now because we have killing rolls. So this is always rock, Stone Edge. No crit is also good. HP on Azu is the most important resource in this fight. Very nice. Good job, Azu. Citrus intact. Executor comes out for outspeed, out damage. This can boom, this can sleep powder, this can grass knot. The only thing it can't do is click psychic. We live everything except boom, highest roll crit. Sleep powder whiffs. That means we get the slightly more difficult line. That's not entirely true because we did the if he quick claws here, it's actually good for us. Other than the quick claw boom crit situation. There's the Quick Claw. Show me Psychic. Psychic. This could mean we get early Duraludon. We should, because we didn't use Citrus. So we take 12% here. We fall below 50. Please don't be an awkward HP. Give me Duraludon. Nice. Okay. $100 HP. At 100 HP, we are dead to 7 rolls of Draco. So this is very close to a 50-50 Draco versus Stealth Rock. We want Draco. Draco for free switch is the prize, so he spends another turn Stealth Rocks. Clicking Stealth Rocks. Unfortunate, but it's okay. Rock Smash number 1. Let's not see all the crits. Rock Smash number 2. I think we're always safe. Good job, Azu. You are undefeated at not doing damage. But sometimes you just wall stuff. Azu is kind of a crazy Pokemon in this game. It makes no sense. Sometimes in the builder it looks terrible, and then it's like the best Pokemon ever. Okay. I think this means we have a form online, by the way, because this version of it. Now, Duraludon is at -3. At -3 defense on 134 HP Azu, this is with rocks up. This is always Heavy Slam. And then when Excadrill comes in, it's always Draco Meteor because he still hasn't done -2. He can't click Body Press over Draco at -3 exactly. We go Excadrill. Heavy Slam does marginal damage. 10%, we take minimal rocks. Heavy Slam, small amount. We live Draco Meteor crit, no problem. We Rapid Spin for speed control. Right, no ranges. No ranges. We're +1 speed. Papa triggers, he's -3 defense. He almost is dead to regular Earthquake. -3 Earthquake, let's not even worry. -1 Citrus saved. Now it is Body Press, and we're dead to Body Press crit. So we need to Earthquake. We did level up our Excadrill to level 86. At level 86 and +1 speed, we outspeed and show fast kill to everything in the back. So we just go team order. First, we have Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl has a kill with Earthquake, but we have a kill with Iron Head. He's Unnerve. Scope Lens. This guy is a demon. Not today. Next, Darmanitan. Life Orb Sheer Force. This thing was the hardest part of the fight to plan around. But we got the best version of the line. And he just dies. Now, if I were a true gambling man, I would risk Bright Powder into crit to let my Excadrill do a 4-mon sweep. But I am not that kind of player. I play Smart. So we just switch in our conch, who has a zoom lens, and we win the fight. There are no rocks, but we plan for rocks being up by leveling up our guy. Oh, I forgot about Ice Shard. We had a chance. We had one free shot at it. Now I feel dumb. Low kick, but that's okay. Good job, Excadrill. Fun line. If you do the early egg and you live with that risk, you can usually make the rest of the fight pretty reasonable. Okay. One fight down. This next fight is kind of cool. This is one of the reasons I was so sad to lose my Torterra, because the stupid Chungus is a demon, as we know. But we have an unorthodox answer today, which you'll see in a bit. Good job, Kingdra. Way to come, hold a Choice Scarf, and do nothing. We're so proud of you. Okay. Now we need the Choice Specs. Okay. We'll rerun this line because that's what we do. Pretty good. Pretty good. This is another Bright Powder Focus Band team, but the first problem is the Chungus. If you have a plus defense Urshifu, sometimes you can just live the hit if he Quick Claws, but we are dead to Quick Claw max roll double edge crit, and for an Urshifu, I would much rather find another way. For a long time, I thought I was going to have to do that attempt. But then we remembered that we have tank of all tanks. Choice Specs Milotic just one-shots this guy, and we're slower. So we're always taking damage, and we live max roll crit plus burn on 2 HP. And then if we are playing for the worst case is random move Silvally. Most of the time it's just multi-attack. So just in case, we're going to bring Blaziken for a pivot. I think our Blaziken's level 84 still. So we bring Blaziken to confirm our move, then we go Beedrill, and on Beedrill we U-turn. I'm sorry, on Beedrill we Leech Life. We will be Leech Lifing almost all the way to full. Is that guaranteed? Yes. Leech Life to full to get us guaranteed Flare Blitz out of Arcanine. Right? Yeah. Beedrill shows fast KO to you. So first slow kill comes out. Bright Powder Arcanine intimidates us. You don't U-turn because you can miss it. You go straight to your Kingdra, who is traded in its Scarf for a zoom lens. And Kingdra KOs it after it clicks close combat. We always live Flare Blitz in a close combat. Plus burn. Plus 2 ticks of burn. Technically we could lose to max roll double crit plus burn, but let's all just accept the fiction. That won't happen, right? And then Kingdra very consistently baits Ribombee for not Quiver Dance or HP Fire. So we can go back into our Beedrill. I don't think we do Beedrill. I'm sorry. We go... Yeah, we might as well. We go into our Beedrill to conserve HP on Arcanine. We U-turn into Arcanine. And then we Rock Slide and Flare Blitz and blah, 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 blah. We do all the things until it's dead. And then we let Ralph do the finish. Ralph owns this guy. And we could just go to Urshifu and KO it, but I guess we should. We should do Urshifu so that we don't use up a barrier Ralph HP. Urshifu switches in, takes Choice Band to double crit Gear Grind, and KOs with close combat. Although I'm already pretending I'm level 90, which is incorrect. Alright, so we did change the line, but we just changed the final 1v1, which is free. And most of the time, Blaziken can do that anyway, and this is really a 5-mon line. Okay, I think this is riskless with the appropriate items and everything. Had surprising use out of Blaziken recently. After leaving it level 45, 47 for forever. Okay. First Urshifu fight. Not that we're in a hurry to use it, because if we all know that it's going to get to do lots of cool things. I'm not going to have any shortage of Urshifu. Muscle Band, Black Belt, Wide Lens, Choice Specs. I didn't get my zoom lens back, did I? Okay. Zoom Lens Kingdra. So again, we have Choice Specs, pre-burned Milo, being the tank that she is. We have Blaziken with a Citrus Berry, who's just there to tank a hit. We have Beedrill with no item for a change. Let's fix that. Beedrillite. Zoom Lens. Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry. Right, we have to get there first. One more look. Choice Specs, Citrus Berry, Beedrillite, Zoom Lens, Citrus Berry, Citrus Berry. No special moves here, right? You have Scald. You have Scald. Cool. In we go. Anybody else need a special move? No. Everybody else is clicking their standard stuff. Right, we already have the Surf from the previous fight. That's the other thing we would need. Okay, this is a Quick Claw, huge power Diggersby. It hits so hard. But so does Choice Specs Scald. Do your worst, Diggersby. We were prepared. We had 2 answers given to us for this in the entire run, and only 1 remains. This is Sill Valley Grass for fast KO with exactly multi-attack, which is the move we want our Beedrill to take. Multi-attack Grass. And now we Mega, we outspeed, and we KO with Leech Life, always healing to full even if we got max roll crit. Even this very weak Beedrill does the job here. No Sash, no Quick Claw, just the memory. Alright, the first Pokemon to see a KO is a Bright Powder Arcanine who's going to intimidate us. Perfect. The only thing we need to do is not click U-turn. This is exactly Flare Blitz. We have a 4 times resist, so we use it. I like how the zoom lens forces you to use slow mods. Alright, we didn't get max roll crit, therefore this is safe. We click Surf. He has to close combat us, lowering his defenses, which makes us guarantee the KO. This was not even a range to kill. There's the crit. We were only dead to max roll crit burn into max roll crit. Alright, at 70 HP, this is Ribombee. And this is Moonblast or Bug Buzz, but never HP Fire, which means that, well, Beedrill actually is safe to switch in on any of these. Beedrill is faster and shows a KO. This is Shield Dust Focus Band, but we have created a line with many, many Focus Band, many chances to play around the Focus Band. Even with crits, Ribombee, we probably have 5 Focus Bands in us. First, we U-turn. This is HP Fire, guaranteed. We go Hammy. Right, we're really doing this so that we didn't get Bug Buzz dropped on the switch, but it also lets us take significantly less damage. And now we will Flare Blitz, because Flare Blitz also has burn chance. Here's Moonblast. Moonblast does 22 max. Yeah. Minus special attack. No bans. They don't proc when they know they're dead. Okay. And then we go Shifu. And Shifu lives. Max roll double crit, outspeeds. Ooh. By 1. And KOs with close combat. This is Choice Band, Gear Grind, Jolly, Kling Clang. No damage boost needed. There you go. Riskless. The only change in bait or any of that, well, I guess nothing's riskless with Focus Band. Let's be functionally riskless. There we go. We didn't bring knockoff. And now the fight I'm excited to show. And I don't think I have anybody to show it to, but that's okay. Those watching on the VOD, I don't know if this is original or not. I just know that it's original to me because because I never have a Beedrill that one-shots the Shaman. It's always a range because I don't do nature changes on Beedrill. Not that I wouldn't ever, but I don't do it as like an automatic thing as so many people do. I think scales are too valuable, and I think Beedrill is a top 5 Pokemon in the game with any nature other than minus speed. Yes, even minus attack. And so here we are with our minus defense, our mild Beedrill with its massive plus special attack off of 15. And it needs to find a different way. And I have a better way. The better way is that B's gonna take 4. Only 2 Pokemon will do damage this fight. That's not true. Only 2 Pokemon will take KOs this fight. The lead is a pre-poisoned Hydreigon with Silver Powder. We're gonna slow U-turn on HP Ice, which we always live. And we're gonna U-turn into a pre-burned Eldegoss with a Citrus Berry. We don't even need the Citrus Berry. We're gonna do a minimum of 37%. And then Shaman's gonna click HP Ice on our Eldegoss, and we're going to Synthesis. We don't even need an item on this, we just need pre-burn. We synth all the way up. I guess, again, we can go Bulky Berry for, like, potential weirdness later. Sure. We'll give it a wiki. Yeah. And then that gets a speed drop on the Shaman. And at 150 speed with guaranteed HP Ice coming, we can switch in. Yes, we've got enough chip damage to get our Beedrill. We've done 37 plus 10 on Life Orb, plus another 10 on Switch for a Life Orb, which means we've done 37, 47, 57 minimum, and Leech Life will be a guaranteed KO. With Beedrill still in miniature form, yes, with Beedrill still in miniature form, we switch in. I don't even think I need the, now that I'm looking at it, I could probably use Swarm. That's fine. We get Dugtrio, who sees a fast KO with Earthquake on our little B. And that lets us Mega and KO it outright. Then we outspeed everything, and so the first thing that's not dead with a KO comes in, and that's Tyrantrum with Head Smash Scale Shot. We're going to switch in an Excadrill with a Citrus Berry that's pre-paralyzed. The paralysis plays around Rock Polish, not that that matters, because we're going to pre-damage. We're going to play around Head Smash Miss. We're going to play around 5-hit Max Roll Crit. We're going to play around Speed Boost from Scale Shot. There is nothing that can go wrong on this Tyrantrum. And when it's all said and done, the only thing that this guy can do is click Close Combat on the next turn. He's already taken 40 from the first U-turn, and he's going to take a little bit more damage on the next attack. And he'll be -1 defense, and so the second Beedrill attack, which will be Drill Run, which we've kept the entire game for this moment, will KO. If we're low enough HP, we might be able to click Leech Life, but there is a real possibility that Leech Life would heal us too much. We want to get Circuitry next, which means we need to have 198 or less HP. We actually always want to be dead to Thunderbolt. So we're going to KO the thing, the other guy with Drill Run. We're going to get Circuitry. Yep. We're going to get Xurkitree. We're going to U-turn it. We're going to go into our Excadrill. He can't Hypnosis because we're pre-paralyzed. He can sub on us, but we don't care if he subs because every sub is just a free pivot into Beedrill, and then we get a free pivot back with U-turn breaking the sub. So eventually, then he has fewer subs than we have U-turns. So eventually, we get Beedrill on the field, taking a single Grass Knot, and Xurkitree dies to another U-turn. We put Excadrill back on the field. It gets Fast Kill Buzzwole because we're pre-paralyzed. Drain Punch. We switch in Noivern. And Noivern with Wise Glasses KOs Buzzwole with Air Slash, and then we go chain the Charizard who megas into its death. Yeah. This one's nice. Let's just have the right setup. Admin Courtney does not have what it takes. But we do. We have what it takes. Okay. Okay. Eldegoss. Beedrill. Eldegoss, Beedrill. Excadrill. Noivern. I think I can do this with 4 Mons. I don't even think I need the Hydreigon. I think it just speeds up the process. I could go Bulky Berry Eldegoss and just do the and just spam Synth forever as it damages itself with Life Orb. It's literally just a time save, so it's fine. Don't change your riskless line. And then we don't need a 6th Pokemon. But in honor of Nidoqueen saving us in the gym battle the last time we didn't need a 6th Pokemon, she can come. Okay, let's go get our items back. Wise Glasses is plenty. Citrus Berry Excadrill needs to be pre-damaged to 306. Actually, we don't need to be pre-damaged. We're pre-paralyzed. He's already faster. No pre-damage on Excadrill. Yeah, because we don't care about sub. It's just pre-paralyze. Pre-para slot 4. Pre-burn slot 2. Pre-toxic. Alright, anybody need pre-damage? Not Beedrill, not Hydreigon, not Noivern, Nidoqueen, it doesn't even need to be here. Okay. Oh, where's the silver powder, buddy? Okay, who needs moves? You're clicking that, yes. You're clicking that. No item is fine. I think we said bulky berry just for the heck of it. You're modest, so we know you can have a wiki. Citrus, yes. Glasses, yes. Citrus, yes. You have the Beetrolite, good. In we go. Fight 3. We're moving fast today. Okay, we pre-toxic so that we didn't. We're pre-toxic to prevent Grass Whistle from Shaman, so it's guaranteed HP Ice. We slow U-turn, and we're holding the Silver Powder to do over 35% damage. There's the HP Ice. We never die. He takes Life Orb. We switch out. We crit. That's fine. Only thing that matters is Beetle. Now we Synthesis, same ID. He can't do anything except hit us. By the way, Shame was never dead to max roll crit plus Life Orb. 2 Life Orbs to be precise. Okay. Eldegoss is ready to help out later. Shaman is now -1 speed. At -1 speed, Shaman is slower than regular Beedrill. Beedrill lives HP Ice max roll. I mean, actually lives random move max roll. Okay. Shaman is hurt by Life Orb. We do not Mega. We just Leech Life. Good old little B frag, just like we did back in early game. We heal a little bit, and Courtney sends in the first Pokemon that sees a fast KO. That Pokemon is Dugtrio, and Dugtrio is in for a bad time. Dugtrio does 182% minimum with Earthquake, but we'll never know. We Mega. We Leech Life. He has Ground Gem and Arena Trap. There's no Focus Sash here. We healed a full. We were always guaranteed to have full HP at this point. The first thing that sees a slow KO is Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum has a Focus Sash. We need to break that Focus Sash, and we need to maintain some semblance of speed control. The way that we do that first is we U-turn. U-turn breaks the Sash. We go into Excadrill. This is 50-50 Head Smash or Scale Shot. Scale Shot will give it a speed boost. Without the Scale Shot potential, Excadrill would just stay in and destroy this thing. But we want to play around the speed boost. And the way to do that is to get it to close combat, guaranteed, which a pre-paralyzed Excadrill does. It prevents Rock Polish, so that even if it didn't get the initial speed boost, it couldn't speed boost here. And if it had missed. Everything was accounted for there. We go back to Beedrill, which is very scary, with our mid-defense Beedrill, into a close combat. We live close combat, max roll. quite handily, in fact. 4x resists matter. Okay, not gonna lie, this would totally have been Torterra in a different world. Alright, now Tyrantrum is -1 defense. He is slower than our Beedrill. And we can KO it with Drill Run. Drill Run does 71%, the original U-turn did 40. We don't leech life because we don't want to gain HP. Drill Run, -1 defense, Rockhead Focus Sash. First time we have avoided Brick Break and Rock Smash the whole run, so we could do that one thing that time. I wonder if Brick Break would have done the job. It would have. Never mind. Xurkitree is the next Pokemon that thinks it can KO Beedrill. Clearly, Courtney has not learned her lesson. The Beedrill is not here to die. The Beedrill is here to bring death to you. We U-turn out. We do an exorbitant amount of damage. This is guaranteed Thunderbolt. Excadrill takes Thunderbolt. Now, there are worlds where you can pre-toxic your Excadrill, but we were using it, and you can Rapid Spin, and you can chain the Charizard. We didn't do that because we were using Excadrill as a pivot multiple times, and I didn't want to play around crits and toxic damage piling up to chain the Charizard when we have a different method for chaining the Charizard that works just as well. This is Substitute or Grass Knot. No matter what happens, Beedrill will only ever take one Grass Knot. We have unlimited time, and he has limited HP with which to use Substitute. He doesn't bother wasting either of our time, which I appreciate out of this circuitry. We U-turn one more time. Now we need our tasty bait back on the field. We need something to see a fast kill. A lot of runners have messed up this moment. Beedrill U-turn and KOing the circuitry is not new. But it's so easy to forget that Charizard isn't a dragon type yet. And so what you want to do is chain Buzzwole into Charizard. But if you send out the Pokemon that chains it, and it's Draco Meteor that you're clicking, you don't chain the Buzzwole. Order matters. We need Buzzwole first, so that Noivern can go Air Slash, and then Draco Meteor. At 195 HP, our Excadrill is perfect. And any HP we could have possibly been at does the job here. We were always showing a fast KO with the pre-paralyze. And we could never be low enough to bait anything except Drain Punch. We get guaranteed Drain Punch. We go Wise, Glasses, Noivern. Buzzwole is a very mini-maxed Pokemon. Even with Assault Vest, it cannot live a simple Air Slash. Our Noivern is very fast and fairly strong. We click Air Slash. Again, Assault Vest does not prevent one-shots. And now there's only one thing left. And that Pokemon is scary. But it's gonna Mega. It's gonna become a Dragon type, and Dragon types do not like Draco Meteors. We are significantly faster than this Mega Charizard. And there you have it. Only 2 Pokemon on this fight took KOs. 4 for Beedrill, 2 for Noivern, both in a row. Alright, that concludes the pre-cooked section of the night. Now we need to go figure out the plan of attack. But we continue on, making good progress, keeping our regular pace. Alright. I love using Mini B. One of my favorite things in this game is finding a way to use a non-Mega Beedrill. And the chaining 3 at the start of the Shelly fight is pretty cool. Alright. If I were an absolute madman, I would just wide lens Torrent Surf these guys turn 1. But I'm not a madman. I am considering Milotic here. Considering a couple of different versions of this. So usually what I do is I first try to figure out the Machamp on this fight. And so let's say, for instance, I wanted to go stall this guy out of Dynamic Punches. Could I do that? Does a Breloom have the HP to do it? He's got 8 of them. 8's a lot. And he can probably bulk up on our Dhelmise. So Dhelmise would have to be pre-damaged to 50-something%. To 80%, that's doable. Alright, so let's say we do that. Let's say we are somehow leading Breloom in these fights. Which seems dumb. Except that Breloom... Breloom actually doesn't beat the Bisharp because we can't have an item. That's a little bit unfortunate. Okay. Already don't like that plan. Is there any Pokemon that does it? Gutsconk would do it. Mine, no shot. Can't stall out a guy when he's got Dynamic Punch. It does kind of feel like this is an Azu situation, doesn't it? But we're baiting Stone Edge. That's a lot of crit risks. I think the term for that is hate it. Okay. Nidoqueen? Ain't no way it's Nidoqueen. Wordier? Wordier, why can't you do this? Gyarados dead to crit. Hello? Anybody want a one-shot and not die? Alright, can we like fake out spam this guy? So is it Togi? Hold on. Togi. Togi lead's not the worst. Baiting Pursuit is a bit unfortunate, but I think Pursuit's bugged with U-turn anyway. There isn't even a Pokemon I can place on the field at full HP that beats this thing outright. I guess Azu with a Citrus would, if we can get just a little bit of chip on it. It's just asking a lot of Azu, but I guess Azu's coming in on probably Dragon Rush and then healing like all the way up. Yeah. Okay. Oh, he's faster than us, so we'd have to get a speed drop. That sucks. Okay. Alright, if we're entirely honest, Milo kind of dunks on that guy too. Okay. This is probably going to be fine because we're going to have things like Milotic. This is a back-to-back-to-back. It's too early to get tired, man. Alright, can't lead Wordier. So let's just assume we bring Gali, we bring Azu, we bring Milotic. Right, Milotic pre-burn's gonna counter you. Oh yeah. We might, or do we bring pre-burn Milotic, and we'll let the guy set up all his protects, and it'll be obnoxious, but fine. The damage will eventually get there. Yeah. Okay. And then do I have anything better than just... Oh, and then we have to bring up a Pokemon for Talonflame. Surely that's just Arcanine. Yep. Great. Now what? So now we have to deal with the first fight with 2 Pokemon. Which could be Eldegoss, because we talked about Speed Drop. We just need Armaldo to die. We need Armaldo to consistently die, specifically. Defiant, right? Yeah. Although, interestingly enough, we don't really care. About Defiant if we do Natural Gift. Alright. So I think with an Intimidate, it's safe to say that we can just use Milo for that guy. And then we don't even bother with... Yeah, we don't even bother with a special item. We just go Lepa. Okay, so Milo beats... So Gyarados lead. Milo beats... What's-his-face? Bates T-Bolt. Who beats Rotom? Okay. I mean, I guess you could do it. Right. I'm dumb. We're getting T-Bolt. We go Eldegoss. Tank the T-Bolt. We get an Overheat. Kind of an interest. This is a weird-ish grouping. Okay, Eldegoss. Gets the speed drop. And gets... And will be pre-burned so that it's always Overheat. And that means we can just come in and click. Oh yeah, Life Orb, really? Oh, I don't even kill with Life Orb. Choice Band? Choice Band Rock Slide? Okay. And then, yeah, we can take double attack over here the next time, too. We would want to prevent setup, which I don't know that Azu would do. But I suppose... Let's think about that. +2 attack. 62%. Max roll Flying Gem crit would be 94%. We would be dead to crits. And I don't know that we can do much about that. We can try to do it with somebody else, but the somebody else isn't going to be faster. Somebody else is strictly worse. Yeah. So no, it's Arcanine. Alright, Arcanine, you can clutch up for us. So we're confident in that, we're confident in that. The only thing we're not 100% on... Let's think about this. He's no guard, so he's going to hit Stone Edge. And we're going to be... Right, how are we doing this? So Machamp clicks Stone Edge on you. I guess we say we're going to take it with, like, Milo. Right, there's no way Golly takes that, right? No. Yeah. don't want to speed drop, so we can't go Gossi. So it would have to be Milo if this is our lead. But Milo's burnt. I think this is fine. -1 Stone Edge. Yeah. Not -1. Stone Edge crit is fine. Then we get Dynamic Punch. On Dynamic Punch, we go. We do Golly for the switch, or do we just Purrs and Berry? Azu. Let's come back to that. Right now, I'm saying it's going to be Golly, but maybe it's better to just go Purzum Azu. Say that Azu's going to clutch up. Draining Kiss twice. It's a lot of damage to say he's definitely going to clutch up. Yeah. No, I think Citrus matters. So it's Golly or it's a guaranteed slow U-turn. I don't think we have any slow turning Pokemon that can live things here. No. No, Machamp's too much of a menace. So let's go Pivot Milo, go Golly on Dynamic Punch, pre-damage to exit, take Citrus specifically, so we can get Guzzlord switches later. Get into Azu. Azu's the one that's got to clutch up for us. Azu's got a hit. Hold on. Maybe it's not Citrus. No, don't print. Pixie Plate. God, this thing's just a menace. Another intriguing option is Acrobatic Scissor, because we can. Oh no, can't. Scissor takes too much damage. Do we have any alternatives? Do we have any encounters that we should grab that might be an alternative? Let's think about that. Oh, that's right. We want to pull Magma Hideout anyway. I was supposed to start the stream with that. Let's go pull Magma Hideout encounter. Let's find out what's here. What levels? Level 70. Okay. Sure, we'll bring you. Who else is in the catch squad? Beat up, Fire Blast, Sucker Punch, Flamethrower. We got you. Aggron. What does Aggron have? Earthquake, Head Smash, Heavy Slam, Body Press. That's going to be tough. It's probably Milo as well, though. Charizard. Flare Blitz, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, Dual Wing Beat. We already have stuff for that. Garchomp. Outrage, Dual Chop, Earthquake, Iron Tail. Steelix has Explosion, that sucks. Okay, if we get Steelix, what do? What's the catch rate on Steelix? 25. Alright, so Steelix is probably a boom. That sucks. Who are we bringing for potential boom Steelix? I guess that means that we lead like Gyarados, Intimidate. And then bring Dhelmise. Sure. Torkoal is a dupe. Turtonator we don't want, but and also can explode, and then Cyndaquil. I think Cyndaquil is what we want. Then do we want to hasty sync this? I think so. Hasty sync seems better than not, even though Aggron and Steelix are around. So I guess we don't lead Intimidate. We want the Hydra. Yeah, we can't. We're not going to bring two Psychic types. Slowbro, so long, buddy. All right, encounter time. Let's see what we got. We are in Space Center. I just realized that I wanted to pull this Magma Hideout encounter. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hop on our bike. I think this little cove looks great. Make sure we have balls. Yeah. Good evening, Explosions. Welcome in. All right, we got ourselves a Houndoom. And a Nerve Houndoom. Okay, have no interest in taking any hits from this thing. Let's get it in the calc first. Flamethrower, Sucker Punch, Fire Blast, Beat Up. Maybe this can't do a whole lot to me. Hold on. Houndoom, blank set, level 70. And Beat Up. I don't know what Wild Beat Up does, but we're going to assume it's not super powerful. Sucker Punch won't do any damage if we don't click an attack. Flamethrower and Fire Blast. Alright, Musharna is totally safe here to click whatever we want, so we're going to throw a quick ball. Expected result. We did lose our only fast fire type, so this is a nice replacement. And we already have the Mega Stone. Let's take a look. There it is, Dark Doggo. We missed Hasty and got Jolly. Yikes. Okay. I mean, it's plus speed, right? Right? Got a fast fire type. This guy doesn't even get overheat. You are ass. But welcome to the team, Houndoom. Welcome to the team. You will not be leveled up immediately. All right. We will save. MVP, get ready. Yeah, most valuable participant, because that guy's getting a participation award at the end of this run. So we are in the Space Center Gauntlet planning section. Guzzlord, that's one of the Pokemon. So it's the triple back-to-back, no healing in between, and we're trying to figure out if we have anything that does a good job against Machamp, and if there are any encounters we can get that help out. So we just pulled Room 7 here. We can take that off of our possible encounter list. We have Avalugg Starmie is interesting, but I don't think either one of those is going to do the job. We have Shoal Cave. Shoal Cave. I guess Sneasler probably does this guy. We have Lily Cove, which won't help. We have Scorched Slab, which we're saving. Game Corner. I guess like Pinsir or Heracross, maybe, but they don't, I mean, it's only if it's like Guts, right? Because we don't have Mega Pinsir yet for Airlight. Yeah, Salamence has the, all the Feather Badge guys are weak to it. We have the Mind Badge. Do we want to pull Mind Badge Game Corner? I mean, I guess Garchomp's the only thing that even remotely helps with that, and it probably still needs to two-shot, and it won't live Dynamic Punch. It won't live two Dynamic Punches. punches. So no, I don't think that's correct. No, I don't think there's a better answer out there from our delayed encounters. 124, like maybe a Bruxish, but that probably just dies to knockoff. Basculegion, maybe. So the idea, anyway, the idea was to lead with Gyarados, which seems crazy, but hear me out. But we have to learn the natural gift fighting moves. What's natural gift fighting? Salak, we don't have that. Chople, we don't have that. Kelpsy, we might have a Kelpsy berry. Let's just start with Leppa. Alright, Leppa Natty Gift does the job, and we always live a +1 attack Psycho Cut crit. So Gyarados is a good lead for all 3 fights, as crazy as it sounds. Next, do I think that this works? So I go dynamic, I go into my Milotic. I take a dynamic punch. I take a Stone Edge, sorry. Right? Yeah. I intimidate. I take a Stone Edge. I go Golly. Pre-damage to always trigger emergency exit on -1 dynamic punch. And that gets me Azu on the field with full HP and a Citrus Berry intact, and that's the best option we can have. Alright, we match his healing if he doesn't crit. We have Citrus for if he does. The question is, what's the right item? If he were to crit me turn 1, he'd do 65-ish%. We'd heal, and we'd always be safe again. So I think we're only dead to like triple crit, which is 1 and 8, 1 and 8, 1 and 8. We're probably dead to... No, we're literally just dead to triple crit, and we low roll. That's pretty good. I mean, I don't have a better option. Azu just has to clutch up for us. And I can't do a different berry. Okay. And then we might be getting... Think about this. Maybe I want potential Will-O-Wisp. Is it worth? I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think we're getting greedy. We might take an overheat on Gyarados. Gyarados can take an overheat pretty well. Does that help us with ranges? 7%. not faster at +1. %. It does. It means that we're usually not dead to, that we're only dead to some of the crits. It's crazy. What's the other option here? No, you can't be choiced up. It has to be, has to, unless we have unless we have a slow turn. Maybe it's not Goss. It seems like we don't want Arcanine to take this thing at all. That's the problem. So we have a let's look at this a little bit differently. We have Rotom Thunderbolt. Do we just go Hydreigon here? Take the Thunderbolt, and then go like Dark Pulse Draco. Have a Cherry Berry. And we're asking Milo to do even more. Is there any world where we go Gyarados on Talonflame? No, that's an L. Could be Willow as well. Right, Arcanine lives if it has full HP. But only if. How about you, Nidoqueen? I guess we could Ursaluna Yawn. Ursaluna Yawn Milo. No. That's terrible. Not gonna lie, doesn't look good. I do think it's Hydreigon. I think it's Hydreigon. With a Cherry, with a Lum. Definitely with a Lum. Dark Pulse Draco. So we just switch in Dark Pulse Draco. That means we have a full HP Arcanine, but does it help with the other battles? Natty Gift Leppa Berry. KO's Bisharp. He hits us first. And then what do we get? We probably get Dragon Rush knockoff. Oh, no, we won't have an item. We'll get Dragon Rush most of the time. Does Gyarados learn Smart Strike to make this better? Can I teach that as well? Smart Strike. Yes, I can. barely does more, but it does. It would allow us to... Does it allow us to outdamage better? Not really. He would be faster. He'd probably outdamage. But that's fine. Alright. I think we do this. I don't love it. Mostly we're just asking Milotic to clutch up. Typically you have a recovery Pokemon that needs to spam recovery. Azu has to clutch up the most of all. Oh right, we have... Oh, we don't even have Leech Life on the Golly. That's annoying. Yeah, that's okay. Ooh, let's teach him Rock Tomb. That's useful. Okay. All right. We no longer need Choice Band here. Can we go Specs? Not quite. $99, everyone's favorite number. Hemi does not need a Choice Band, so Citrus on him, Citrus on you. We don't have great Focus Band answers today. Citrus on you. No. Yes. Leppa on you, and then Leppa on you for Natural Gift, which we have to teach. Everybody but Golly is leveled up. Does Golly need to be leveled up? Probably. Does it really change our odds? It changes them enough. We will level up Golly. Our guy is not a defensive stalwart. Alright, let's go get our moves. Just tearing up Gyarados' moveset. Do we not have Smart Strike anymore? Did we use them all up? Wow. Using up Smart Strike. Never thought I'd see the day. Thought we just all used Rock Tombs. Rock Tomb, Icy Wind. Rock Tomb, Icy Wind. Third floor, right? Method 1. Smart Strike instead of Icy Wind, good. And then Rock Tomb on Golly instead of Rock Smash. I wish we had Leech Life, but this was the downside of going for the Wimpod and not the Golly. Leppa. Everybody prevents setup. Good. Yeah, and we only get one Intimidate here. Now we have to pre-damage our Golisopod very precisely so that -1 Dynamic Punch triggers our berry. So 242 is our HP. So 120 is the number. $157 sounds great. Okay. All right, Azu, clutch up for me, buddy. No, not pre-toxic, pre-damage. 5 to 157. All right, team's ready. We're off to Moss Deep. Don't love what we've brought, but it's what we found. Gyarados immediately gets out of there, straight to Milo. Cannot Swords Dance. This is Bright Powder, so we have some weirdness to deal with. We would love to just Scald Burn this guy on the first try. That would be a huge victory. We hit. Burn. No burn. Okay. We heal. Rock Blast 2 hit. Okay. Seems reasonable enough. Good. My Milo faster than the wheezing? It is, thank God. Okay, this is guaranteed Thunderbolt. We go to an odd counter for this, Hydreigon, who has a Cherry Berry, or a Lumberry, sorry. Did I get? I don't think I gave it a Lumberry. You might have Citrus on you. Yeah, you have Citrus. That's bad, so we'd love to get a Dark Pulse flinch. Although this is only kind of playing into some fictional scenarios later. Overheat's fine. White Herb. Draco always kills. Fight one down. Okay. Now this is Stone Edge. Unfortunately, we have to go to Milotic here. Would have loved to see non-crit. Got non-crit. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. Now this is Dynamic Punch. Oh crap. Can he set up on us? Did we mess that up? We don't show a two-shot. But we have to go through Golly. There's nothing we can do about that. Yeah. That's too bad. Clutch up, Azu. Don't get crit, buddy. We're dead to crit right here. Don't do it! Oh god, oh god, oh god. Give me a big roll. We're in wipe territory. We didn't play around bulk up. $199. $199 Stone Edge crit. $187 is Stone Edge. Oh, looking at the wrong Pokemon. $193 is Stone Edge max roll crit. That looked like a pretty good Draining Kiss roll. We need another good roll here. He bulks up. That's huge. We still need a good roll. That's not a good roll. He is now +1. +1 Stone Edge crit. Max, he has 3 rolls that KO. We never kill with non-crit yet. We have no switch-ins. Azu just has to want it. Don't get crit, Azu. Hold, buddy. He holds. We're not out yet. That's the closest to wiping we've been in quite some time. All right. He can Swords Dance, he can Will-O-Wisp, do whatever he wants. Acrobatics is fine. Rock Slide KOs, Citrus activates. Job done. Okay. Just a bit more clutching up to be done. Alright, we trigger Defiant. We knew about that. This is +1 Psycho Cut, high crit move. Oh, apparently it's Pursuit. I thought it was... Oh, he had like 2 rolls of overlap. Okay. Maybe he had more at +1. No, that was pretty unlikely. I think this is the Wheezing. Yeah. Wheezing for outspeed, out damage. Now, the question is, Any kills seen? No. Lepaberry's gone. I think an Arcanine pivot here. Oh, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. Are we dead to SpongeBob? Natural crit poison. Crit burn on Milo. We're burned. I think the answer is no. And this is often Will-O-Wisp. Milo takes 100 plus the burn. We're safe. We're faster. He does not Quick Claw. We recover. And we have Lepaberry, so we have kind of a lot of time to do this. We scald him down. It's fine. Nice crit. He's fairly likely to protect on us. It's a surprise he hasn't done it more. Okay, this is Guzzlord. We are burned. We still have a Lepaberry. The question is, would we rather have speed control, or would we rather have Focus Band? I think we go for burn first. Because if we get the burn, Milo just wins and we don't have to risk Azu. Knockoff is actually good here. Okay. Do we have a... We can intimidate this guy down a good amount. But first we need to heal up. Perfect. All right, this is itemless Milo burned is never getting anything except Dragon Rush. What's the HP? What's the PP on Dragon Rush before let's make sure there are enough of them. I think there are 10. It's probably first slot, so he definitely haven't used 10 yet. We can go free Azu. Free Azu, get Heavy Slam. Gyarados takes that, get another. Yeah, we can do a couple of pivots. Good. Heavy Slam. Take that, no problem. Now he's -1. Let's check these every time. At -1, no item. This is always Dragon Rush. Okay, that looks good. -2. How does -2 look into you? Really good. So now we go back to Milo. again, the max roll crit thing we got to think about is 153 plus. So let's think about 170. We want to be up in the 170s to be safe. We're going to Scald again. We'd love to see burn. There's a crit. Okay. He's going to run out of Dragon Rushes at some point as well. Another crit. This guy wants it. We really need to dodge a crit here so we can Icy Wind. Didn't expect to get crit this much. We Icy Wind to get Azu faster. Okay. Milo has done all it can do for us. Azu comes in on Dragon Rush. Azu is now faster. Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss kills unless he procs, and we're always safe. He's also still -2. Easy. Azu finishing at full HP. That's insane. We nearly wiped, but in the end, we walk away unscathed. Didn't really have a way to play around with bulk up. But Azu was potentially dead on 2 different turns in that battle against a no guard high crit move. Never always dead though. All right, now the question that we've been waiting for. I am a player of delays, and we have delayed a route that's quite unusual to delay. Scorched Slab. We've delayed it because we have a guaranteed Octillery. Everything else is duped out. And so we're pretty certain we're going to go get that Octillery to do this fight, because this fight's really hard. But we're going to look at it first. We're going to sleep on it. I'm going to go have a child, and then I'm probably going to come back and do this fight. All right, let's get Steven's Pokemon in here. So what do we need? We need Dialga. Give me that. We need Metagross. Trainer Steven Space Center. And then we need Steelix Mega. I have yet to use Steelix. Probably because Onix is so bad that you just die. Okay. All right. How do we want to do this thing? Ain't no way you do these things, right? Right? Milotic is a lot of things, but Specs Surf Spammer, I don't think is in the cards. You do? Not as bad as I would think. Adamant Slowbro, not a shot. Alright, let's look at Conk. Sheer Force Ice Punch. KO's the Lando. Okay. At -1 speed, are we slower? No. So we'd have to get to -2 speed somehow, which I doubt we KO things. Totally worth a scale. Superpower. Rock Tomb. I gotta say, Conk, even Sheer Force guy looking pretty fire out here. Alright, not Mega Garchomp good, but good. So, what? So, I mean, we know that we're sacking a fake out Pokemon. And I think that I'd rather have Hitmonchan than Kecleon. Just for... Not sure that that's the right call. I've used Kecleon left, but I do have less, but I get the feeling it's more valuable to my box. Hitmonchan feels like it's had its moment, and the moment's kind of over. It's fast-ish, though. Hitmonchan with a Scarf in close combat. I don't know. All right, let's just... We know how to play without Kecleon. Kecleon dies. Blah, blah, blah. Boring lead. Can we do anything with it? We can give Conk some honkin' power, right? We give it like a Life Orb. Ice Punch, Hammer Arm, and Rock Tomb, and we see what we can do with that. Okay. So, Life Orb Ice Punch KOs Chomp. Life Orb Hammer Arm KOs Heatran. Life Orb Ice Punch KOs Landorus. But the whole time we're taking serious damage. So we would have to make sure that we're dead to... We would have to be dead to non-mega... And I don't even know what this Garchomp is when it comes in. I think we just need to assume that it's Sand, Veil, or Rough Skin for the purposes of... it clicking a move. Right, ain't no way it's Sand Force on switch in. Alright, and then, of course, this is the classic Dialga. You don't know what Dialga's gonna do, right? Or is this if you do enough damage, if you do 16%? Like... Okay, Lando 281 minus. Hmm. 281 minus 237. 44. All right, how much does our fake out do with Silk Scarf? Does 40. Choice Band? Choice Band fake out would do it. I don't know that we can afford our choice item there, but let's look at it. So we choice band fake out. Lando can't protect. We do enough damage. We get KO'd by the nasty T-Tar. Conk comes in, Trink roots up. We have Dialga KOs the Landorus. Guaranteed. And we can hammer arm KO T-Tar. Okay. And that means there's no Dragon Gem for baiting purposes. That's actually a consistent lead. Okay, the Dragon Gem goes away. He's always at full HP. And that means we show slow kill to Pharaoh. And we show Moltres that it out damages. So Moltres comes in. Moltres cannot detect on Conkeldurr. Okay, so Moltres comes in. What comes in across from me? At this point, Conk has taken 1 tick of sand and 1 tick of life orb. So that's 10, 16.5%. So we're at 83%, 83.5%. Okay, we would be never dead to anything. On either side, so it'd be a 50-50 Heatran target. This is the problem, right? Not Life Orb. That Life Orb is an issue. We know it's Heatran. He out damages the Heatran, but he's going to show no Dragon Gem. Non-Mega Garchomp. Wait a minute. You bait based on me. So we show fast KO to both. So it would be Team Order Heatran. So then is it just hope? Is that really the plan? You just hope? Is that how people do this fight? They hope? I mean, I know that on the other version, you just hope that you don't crit the thing, but that's a 1 in 16. Lots of bad fights have 1 in 16s. Conk Hammer Arm. So we have Moltres, who can't protect, attacking us, and Never Dead. Well, I shouldn't say never attacking us. It could... Yeah, never protecting. So I think Rock to Moltres is the play. And then we hope for Heatran to miss if he attacks us. Right? But at this point, we're just like dead to Magma Storm. So this feels pretty ass. That feels like we're just risking Conk to a 50-50. And then if it dies, we can't KO Garchomp. I mean, if it dies, let's think about this. If it dies and Dialga's full HP, if it dies on Dialga's full HP, I guess Torkoal comes out and clicks Eruption, which would trigger Flash Fire. That's terrible. Because we haven't gotten the Garchomp handled yet. Okay. Let's just put any old Octillery in here. 89. All right. Speed is bad. Power is good. So let's do that. And then this will be Water Spout, which is all we really need. All we need to check, right? There's Surf too. All right, so let's say we have Specs Water Spout online in Sand and Doubles. Okay. Let's go catch an Octillery. And I think is hasty a problem? What if we were max? What if we were hasty? Because I think we want to sync. Max speed Octillery still ain't fast. Yeah, so we're always in the right speed tier. So I think the answer is that we hasty sync Octillery not because we want it to be hasty, but because we don't want it to be minus special attack. Yep. Go cash in another delay. Okay. Lepus for you guys. This is what everybody does, right? You delay Scorched Slab so that you can get artillery. Yeah. Yeah. And then you hasty sink your artillery. Yeah. Oh, yes. And you're like, what are you going to do next run? What are you going to do if you get to NG+? Helleberg delay guaranteed prim. We're already routed for it. I think there's still a Kecleon here. Let's wipe this Kecleon off the face of the planet. Right? Holy delay. Well, we did it for one very specific reason. You see, we have Gali. We have Gyarados. We have Slowbro. In my way of playing the game, Slowbro and Slowking are the same line, so I have this dupe. And I boomed my Muck on Mount Pyre. So there is one goat needed, the hated and maligned Octillery, except for one fight that we have delayed for that very specific moment. And you know what you need to do when you're pulling for an Octillery, you need the hasty sink. Because everybody knows fast Octillery is the best Octillery. And then we just did the wrong thing. We're not doing that. We will pull our real encounter. We don't do that stuff. Get out. I'm just getting my fire gem. Sorry. False alarm. We're fishing. Fishing does not require any of this. Okay. See how many it takes. Gyarados. No. Golisopod. Sadly, no. I've got to be faster than that. This might take a minute. Adorable. Oh, all the goats, all the Pokemon that you do want. This is such a good encounter pool, except for Octillery. So funny. Come on! Give it to me. Give it to me. One golly. Ah, ah, ah. Two golly. Ah, ah, ah. Grimer. What is the percentage on Grimer? 4. We hit the 4% before the 15 artillery. Five golly. Ah, ah, ah. It's almost like that's the likely encounter here. Six golly. There he is, my goat, artillery. Get in this here, quick ball. Oh my god. Signal beam, are we kidding with that shit? We do have to beware of sniper crits. Synchronize. There you go. Can you imagine if we killed it? No, don't. Don't need to run in anything else. All right, let's go see if we hit the hasty sync. We've actually missed the last few. We whiffed on hasty sync on Houndoom, which would go crazy, and we got jolly 0 special attack Houndoom instead. Artillery. Come here, pal. Docile. That'll be fine. It's fine. We wanted to prevent minus special attack, and we did. Okay. Let's get this guy exported. And let's look again. Welcome to the dojo. All right. Now that we've got the guy in hand, let's look again. So we want water spout. We want ice beam. I guess that's good enough for now. We'll look at surf as well. I don't know if bullet seed or gunk shot is better. Zoom lens gunk shot might actually matter at some point because we are low on poison types. Okay, let's look at these two. And then let's look at level 89. All right. Choice, specs, level 89 artillery. Obviously, do the fake out and Kecleon dies thing. Artillery hits the field. And we immediately do singles damage to T-Tar, and there is nothing we can do about that. Let's just stop wasting our time and see if we like. Mystic Water. If we Mystic Water Water Spout and we barely KO the Lando, then we wouldn't always KO with crit here. But how does that do with you? And we have to account for 1 turn of Sand Chip, so we'd be at, it'll say 93%. That doesn't work. What about Leftovers Water Spout? No, we need the boost, right? Mystic Water Water Spout. Level 91. 1 roll on Moltres. Not even. You're the double side. Oh no. You would take the. We would take the. We wouldn't KO Garchomp. Right. We move first. Yeah, we move first. Okay. So no, we don't. We don't have the bandwidth to play cute. We just have to dodge the crit. So turn 1. Choice Band Fake Out. Turn 2, we Water Spout. Assuming we don't hit the crit, we KO both. Dragon Gem's gone. We get Moltres Garchomp with no Dragon Gem. And non-Mega Garchomp. He's usually clicking Dragon Pulse there, but if he doesn't, then I think Dialga still clicks Dragon Pulse into Moltres, right? Yes. So we have guaranteed Dragon Pulse. And at 94%, we have a guaranteed KO of the T-Tar. We guarantee the Moltres, and we guarantee the Garchomp with the chip. And then that brings Heatran onto the field. So it's Heatran with a 50-50 target. And it's Dialga always clicking Flamethrower. Ferrothorn always clicking Power Whip. What is Heatran clicking? And do we know that we're getting Heatran last? We fast KO you. We can choose this, I suppose. This is deleting Ice Beam, right? If we keep Ice Beam, we get Heatran second. I think we want... Hold on. If Garchomp is non-Mega'd and Sand Veil for the purposes of this, he will outdamage 1 Sand Tick Ice Beamless Choice Specs Octillery. So I think we delete Ice Beam. We delete the Ice Beam. That means we get Garchomp second. We take the 2 KOs into there. That gives us Heatran, Earth Power into either slot. or Magma Storm for trapping, and guaranteed Power Whip. And that sounds like a great time to go to Hydreigon. And then his one guy dies. And what's left is Heatran. And Heatran, I guess we would slow U-turn the Heatran in this case. Go back to Octillery. And then click Water Spout. Trick Room goes up, turn 1 of Trick Room, we double KO. Turn 2 of Trick Room, we double KO. Turn 3 of Trick Room, we switch out. We switch out into Earth Power, right? Is it Milo here? If we think it's you, is it Milo? I think it is. I think we just go Milotic. Because Trick Room's gonna end, so we just like we just kind of spam recover and sit there until we win. Could even go like Araquanid, which is kind of crazy. Okay. So that seems great. And then what happens if we crit? If we're bringing Milo and he crits us, we have early Pharaoh. What happens on early Pharaoh? So if we crit, front side is down, Garchomp's on the field, Ferrothorn is clicking Ferrothorn moves. And we're usually attacking the Garchomp for a fast KO and missing the range. So that's awful. And Milo can't switch into that at all. Can Milo switch into... Sorry. If Octillery's on the field... If Octillery is on the field, we're getting high horsepower if we're getting a move from Garchomp. Yeah. Oh, right. Garchomp can protect. The old protect shenanigans. I don't think that Moltres can protect, right? That he just has a KO in Dialga? No. So they can both protect. This is where we just sit and hope and figure. And then the question is, who comes with? Is it Noivern and we teach Roost? We don't have Flamethrower there. I think we bring them on with the Flamethrower. It takes Body Press. It takes high horsepower. We're actually faster in Trick Room, so we would just KO with Draco if we needed to. You just kind of hope to live a Body Press at that point. No, if early Pharaoh... yeah, it's not great. I don't know if we really have the steerage to do this if we crit. The question is anybody else better? Because Noivern is really fast. Noivern does a better job of living against Ferrothorn. But it would just be dead to Garchomp. So what would we do in that case? We can't like Iron Ball them, we're taking the high horsepower and dying. So if we crit, And we don't have that many options. And I don't think Conk is actually good because we're not bulky. I don't think my Conk really switches in on, say, Heatran. Plus. Yeah, Conk doesn't take like the Heatran double up. So Conk only works if it's like a sack Octillery. So let's say we do that, we bring in Octillery and it does the job, it misses the crit and it goes 1, 2, so it KOs 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't guarantee Trick Room is up or not at this point. We do guarantee that we will... No, that's not true. 2 protects from Garchomp is a problem. Can Garchomp protect twice on us? It's kind of why we wanted minus defense. Garchomp cannot protect twice. That's good. Okay, if Moltres protects once, we can be lower level to show better kills, right? Because it's Moltres that we can't. So let's say we get a protect and then we go down to, let's be precise. 2, we can't be precise. Let's go down to level 87. And we'll say we're 248 HP. Okay, we're 248 HP, we take a Sand Tick, that's 15, so we go down to 233. At 233 HP, level 87, we always KO Moltres. We're at 94% HP and it never sees a KO into us. So then we take another Sand Tick and we go from 233 down to 218. And at 218, we still always KO the Moltres. But we don't show it any kills. Okay. Right, that's the problem. The problem is that once the Garchomp Megas, if the Garchomp Megas, and we assume the Dragon Gem is gone, it's not usually targeting Garchomp at all. So the massive L would be Metagross comes in and revenges with Ice Punch. Metagross just doesn't have the same sauce on Ferrothorn. Metagross, I don't think does anything to Heatran. Oh, it does with Body Press. Okay. That's Steelix. Now, everybody's got some damage. Alright. Hard to choose. Noivern, Hasty, Max Speed Noivern, or Hasty Dragon. Jesus. Tough, 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 tough. What's up, Third Monkey? We're just, we're looking at Space Tag. That's where we are. And we just pulled Octillery. We had a guaranteed Octillery from Scorched Slab, so we took the encounter, and now we're trying to figure out how to not die if we crit the Tyranitar. Perhaps the answer is that we do want early T-Tar. I'm sorry, not early T-Tar, early Heatran. I think we do want early Heatran now that I'm looking at it. Because Heatran's a range. Let's think about this. All right. So turn 1, Kecleon dies, blah, blah, blah. Kecleon, actually in this instance, I think Kecleon needs a Life Orb. I can't give him a choice. Does Life Orb Kecleon do it? 43. It's 1 HP off, but we're the wrong level. So yes. Life Orb Kecleon fakes out. Oh, we're thinking of old lines. Never mind. Kecleon fakes out. Doesn't matter how much damage it does. It dies. We KO the Landorus. We KO the T-Tar. And this is the non-crit line. We get Moltres. We're at 253 minus 18. We're at 238 HP. We always KO the Moltres, but the Moltres does not see any kills into our side. The what? If the Heatran comes in second at 238 HP, how many rolls kill? All but 3. So we probably even candy up to 90. At 90, we would KO guaranteed. On turn 2 of Trick Room. On turn 3 of Trick Room, we'd be... Hold on. We'd be at 224 HP. Which is still a KO of Moltres. Moltres can protect. Well, Moltres would be dead here already. Okay, so would we rather get screwed by the Garchomp? Would you rather be screwed by the Garchomp or screwed by the Ferrothorn? I just feel like it has to be Hydreigon, and if we lose Hydreigon, that's life, and we have to find a way through the game without it. It just gives us the most outs. Does Hydreigon do anything into the Heatran? Not really, but he doesn't do much back to us. And then these guys just kind of die to Heatran, which works to our benefit. So we think that we can whittle it down pretty well and just like surf it, for instance. Okay. Maybe we just teach Hydro Pump here. Maybe that's our out. All right, let's look at this one more time. If we get Heatran first, we guarantee KO 1 into 2. And then the lose con is Garchomp protects, Ferrothorn comes out. And then we're getting Earth Power, Power Whip. We go there and we don't take the KO, I suppose. Scale Shot would always see a kill on us, so he'd have to go for it. And we KO him with Draco. So I think that works. Again, Fake Out, Trick Room goes up, Water Spout 1, Water Spout 2, Garchomp comes on the field. So many scenarios. Garchomp comes on the field. Let's just do one at a time. The first scenario is Moltres. It's like such a flowcharty battle. The first scenario is Moltres detects. I think Moltres Detect is actually good because it buys us turns without Ferrothorn. Right, that's why the Conk line is so popular. It's got its own problems, though. So Conkline's just risking a 50-50. Do we have anything that's better than a 50? Not a 50-50. Conkline is... No, yeah, it's about a 50-50. Octillery is just branching pathways. So Octillery gets Moltres. Moltres doesn't detect. And so we get Garchomp and Ferrothorn on the field at the same time after 2 turns. Garchomp can... So now let's look this out. Garchomp can protect or not once. Ferrothorn is always dead to Flamethrower if he clicks it. I don't think he clicks it most of the time, right? This is non-Mega Garchomp, no Dragon Gem. What's the range? 318. Most 5 rolls that don't kill. 5 rolls that don't kill. 11 out of 16 times we attack the Garchomp and do most of its health. So I think the answer is, in that case, we do want Hydreigon on the field. Or something to tank both. Yeah. And Noivern doesn't work because it's too fast. So we do go Hydreigon, and then we try to slow U-turn KO to KO it. We don't need to KO it. It's going to be... We don't need to KO this guy. It's going to get KO'd by Dialga, because it'll be fast kill. So we would just have to worry about body press. And the Garchomp's dead. So we would probably just switch back into Octillery. Octillery gets Fire Blast too. I mean, I guess I can teach that. If Trick Room's ending, we take a body press. At least the opponent gets Fire Blast. I don't know that we do. We do! Can't do Natural Gift, can't do... we can find out what our hidden power is. And maybe I would spend a scale to get HP Fire Octillery. I'm not sure about that. Holy! My Octillery is HP Fire. Does that do it? Choice Specs HP Fire does 78% to the Ferrothorn. So we could do that, and then we'd probably die. Well, no, whatever my partner Pokemon it was would KO too. So we just need to like clean up. This is the Octillery of all time. The Choice Specs HP Fire is hilarious. I don't think it matters. Like, my partner Pokemon do a good amount of damage. So if I have enough damage on the board already, because at this point Trick Room's over. So Metagross, if Trick Room's up, then Steelix comes out and outspeeds it. And if Trick Room is over, then Metagross comes out and Hammer Arms it. So we only need to do 37%. So I think HP Fire is better than Fire Blast. It's just hilarious. And there's no Heatran endgame. We don't have to worry about being locked into HP Fire. Okay. So what was that pathway? That pathway was Moltres, no Protect. So now let's look at, so that seemed fairly good. That seemed like we can get out Deathless most of the time. Next, let's look at Moltres does Protect. Or did I only do one leg of that? So let's say, sorry, Moltres doesn't Protect. So it dies, Heatran dies with it, because we kept Ice Beam. And that means Ferrothorn's on the field after 2 turns, next to Garchomp. I think we did Garchomp Protects. If Garchomp... yeah, no, okay, it's, yeah. That's fine. It is what it is. If we get Moltres Protect, then Heatran dies. We get Garchomp and Moltres. this one gets weird. This is another branch, because you can get second detect from Moltres. You can only get one from Garchomp. So let's say Moltres doesn't protect. Garchomp does. So we have like a 2x2. And really the only answer is here is Hydreigon the best option? How likely is it to die? Moltres, yes, no. Garchomp, because it's pretty easy to lose all 3 Mons here. And there's very little you can do to guarantee it doesn't happen. That's the part that's annoying. Moltres, Garchomp. Rain. Activate. Right. So Heatran dies. Moltres does protect. Garchomp and Moltres hit the field. Now, so we have 2 versions of that. We have 4 versions of that. We have yes, 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 no, no, yes, and no, no. Okay. If neither of them protect, Moltres dies. And Garchomp dies along with it. And then we just get Ferrothorn endgame. We win that. So 1 Moltres detect is a W. Sorry, 1 Moltres detect and a Garchomp detect is a W. 1 Moltres detect and Garchomp doesn't detect. That means we go 2 options here. Option 1 is really good. We don't detect. And Dialga chooses the Garchomp, which it's really likely to do, and KOs it. If it doesn't do that, which is really unlucky, then Garchomp can just one-shot me with Earth Power. How often is it doing that? Regular, not Sandforce. We're still assuming that this guy is not Sandforce. If he's not Sandforce, he doesn't see any KOs into Dialga, and he doesn't see any KOs into me. So it's a true 50-50. But if I lose the 50-50, I lose my Pokemon. And so for that case, I need a damage boost on Hydreigon. And what we would do there is Draco the Garchomp. So the final side is down. That side's down. And then we just have to hope for the best. Do we have to teach Rock Tomb over Flamethrower or Dark Pulse? And he's like burnt up. He's not clicking. He's usually clicking Hurricane. So that one can get really bad, and we have very little counterplay to it. But it's also one of the least likely. So bad, but okay. Good. And now, what if Moltres doesn't detect and Garchomp does? So then Moltres dies, Garchomp's on the field. I think we played this one out. Moltres dies, Garchomp's on the field, Garchomp detects the, so sorry, gold Garchomp cannot protect based on the damage that's on the board now. But we're dead to what? What are we dead to? We're dead to exactly high horsepower in this case. As is the Dialga. So we switch out for free. We KO because we have a turn left. He can't do anything about it. What can he do? The Ferrothorn could crit kill me. That's what he could do. Because we're minus defense. Do we... We don't live Power Whip into Body Press a lot of the time. So we have to kind of be Citrus here. No. We have to trust Dialga. We need the Wise Glasses for the other route. In this case, Dialga's got to clutch up for us. We just have to go back into Octillery, hope that Dialga does what it needs to do. And win with HP Fire. Not sure. But not something I'm going to run at midnight. This is how you lose. And I already almost wiped tonight, so I don't want to do it again. I'm certain we are doing an Octillery line. I'm just not certain that that Hydreigon's going to be the partner. I don't have a ton of great options. All right, we're going to call it there. Let's raid out. Oh, Twitch doesn't know that I'm streaming, apparently. Thanks for being here, Third Monkey. Appreciate the support. Have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is in your community. Take care, friend.